This video is about how you can keep your generators in storage without ruining them. Alright, here we go. So this is what you're going to need. I'm using 2 of these cups to drain the oil, and then 1 quart. I'm using 520. We're going to need to use some stable fuel stabilizer, and then a funnel. You got to get a funnel that can reach to this spot pretty well. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do, this is a 5-gallon bucket, and that's a 5-gallon tank. This is a Troy built Briggs & Stratton 5550 watt generator, gasoline. And these gasoline generators are notorious for clogging carburetors, and people seem to have trouble with them after they leave them in storage, especially if they leave fuel in them. So just going to show you guys how you can defeat that. Alright, so this is a 5-gallon gas can here. We got our stable. What we're going to do is put 2 ounces. 2 ounces, I don't know if you can see that. There you go. It's 2 ounces right there per 5-gallon. Alright, I'm going to do that really quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got my 2 ounces of the stabilizer in my 5-gallon gas can, and now we're going to fill the tank all the way to the top. Make sure you're not getting any junk in here so you don't clog the fuel line or the carburetor. Also, a good thing to do is to install a fuel filter on these. I just got this generator, so I haven't installed one yet, but it's always a good idea to cut that line from the tank to the carburetor and install a fuel filter. Okay, so I'm going to fill this tank to the top and I'll be right back. Alright, so now I've filled the gas to full. It's all the way to the top with our treated fuel. And now we're going to move this stuff. Move this stuff over here. We'll be coming back to this in a second. And then we want to start and run this machine. So get our starting procedure going. Choke on, fuel on, start on. So I step back a few feet just so you can hear what I'm saying. Basically, you want to run the generator for, I would say, around 5 minutes, and then we're going to turn the fuel off and run the fuel out of the carburetor. she goes. Now the fuel has been drained out of the carburetor, and the fuel remaining in the tank is treated fuel ready for storage. So the next thing you want to do when using these generators is drain the oil and refill. It only takes a quart, 1 quart. So it's not a bad idea to just go ahead and drain the oil and refill with a new quart every time you use it. So especially if you're using it for, 20-30 hours, I would just say it's a good idea to just go ahead and do it every time. It doesn't cost that much, and it's recommended for these machines. So looks like the drain for this generator is a 10 millimeter, fits right on it. It's right here. This is the fill. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that off, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these wheels right up on here so I can get it to get a cup under there so I can get it to drain and try not to make a mess. So I'll be back while I'm doing that. Alright, so I brought it over here because I figured I was gonna make a mess with it. Rather make a mess over here. So yeah, basically you just get a 10 millimeter, start turning on this. Let's see how much of a mess we're gonna make. Okay. Oh yeah. And there she goes. There she goes. I might end up having to swap this cup out, so I'm gonna try and do. So I managed to make a big mess. Surprise. Not really, I'm always making messes. So we went ahead and drained out that oil. A little bit more came out than I thought, but oh well. So now and tighten this back up. You don't want to over tighten these to pull on those threads and it'll leak, but you want to get it good and tight. Okay, I think that's good. All right, now this is where we fill. As you can see, it's pretty empty now. Little piece of something in there. Okay. Okay, I'm using the Mobile Super Synthetic 5-weight 20. I know that some people are going to be using a different oil. Basically, you want to pick your oil based upon the temperatures that you're going to be using your generator and storing your generator in. So for me, 5-weight 20 is a good all-around oil for my temperatures. So, alright, let's see if I can do this. Well, basically you guys get the gist. I think it's going to be kind of hard to pour this in and do the camera. So I think I'm going to pause. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so we put the whole quart in. Quart's empty. And it should be full to about where you can see the oil. As you can see, if you can see that in there, but it's pretty much full. Now we're gonna cap it back off. Okay. Alright, so now we have new oil, treated fuel. The fuel's been drained out of the carburetor, so it is ready to go when you pull it out of storage. And that's exactly how you want these machines to be, ready to go. The only other thing for maintenance on these things, like I said, the fuel filter, install a fuel filter on there, that's really good. And then if you keep a couple extra spark plugs laying around for them, and you'd be good to go. Alright, thanks for watching.